Hey, Digi. It is still snowing constantly outside. It's still fairly cold. It's in the single digits, which isn't terrible, but it's a little too cold to really enjoy it out there. And the fact is that we're running out of room for snow, but I do have to get out there and do a little bit of more snow removal. Tough part is it seems like every time you push it or you blow it, it feels right back in behind you. Even when it's not snowing, the wind is blowing it all over and it's drifting in. For those of you who follow my Instagram and or Facebook, you were excited to see that we've got some new green paint here. This is Dad's new to him little 3038E model. It's a 2017, so it is used, but not too used. He's going to take that thing this summer and bring it up to where they're building their new house this summer, and that's going to be his little utility tractor for getting work done. Like a kitten at a milk pail. Got a nice little bucket on it. That'll be handy. 195, 196 hours. Not a bad little rig. Unfortunately for me, the snow removal continues. I gotta take the 6410 out and move some snow around, but first, I noticed that the snowblower is dirty. As you can see here, we've got a little bit of an oil leak, and I just can't work in these conditions. WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser. Now guys, this video is sponsored by the WD-40 company. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser. I'm gonna spray it on here like so. Let that soak in, maybe get a little bit down here, and then we're just gonna come back with a rag and we're gonna wipe that down and watch the awesomeness happen. There's a sticker under there. Wow. Look at that dramatic improvement. Oh, hey, Zach, did you get a new snowblower or something? No, why? What did you do? Use that WD-40 Specialist Industrial Strength Cleaner and Degreaser? As a matter of fact, I did. Wow, looks great. Well, now that I've gotten rid of all the unsightly oil marks on our snowblower, I guess it's time to get to work. I get asked a lot when I make these videos about why we don't use a blade to push our snow. Well, we seem to get enough snow that if we had a blade, we'd end up pushing it into piles next to the roads or alongside the yard. And what that does then is just build up a giant pile that causes more drifting when the winds whip through here out of the northwest. So we've just had a lot better luck with using a snowblower really to just try and get the snow out of here. On top of that, we oftentimes get some really, really heavy wet snow, and when it's a foot deep, that is too heavy to push with a pickup. It gets difficult. So snowblower for us just seems to be the way to go. Why we have it rear mounted? Well, because we don't have a front PTO and 3-point tractor. We don't have a tractor with that stuff on it. So this is what we have. This is what we use. It works for what we're doing. This year's just seems to be like an exceptional amount of snow, and it's getting old. There's a lot of times where I think it would be really nice to have a great big box pusher on the front end of a tractor. That would be handy, but we don't have one, so this is what we do. Oh, but Millennial Farmer, I've seen all your fancy tractors and all the subsidies you get. You should just be able to buy different tractors, different snowblowers, and whatever you want. It's no big deal. Gotta head back to the shop. Agronomist is here for a quick meeting to see what we're gonna do in 2019. He's an independent agronomist. A lot of people work with guys like him to try and put together plans, make sure you're putting your best seed on your best acres, and make sure your chemical plan and your agronomic plan is all correct and the way that you want it. Well, 2 hours later, and that's done. As I said, we just kind of go through our varieties, go through our chemicals, talk about some of the stuff he's seen with different trials on fungicides or different things like that, and kind of place our seed, figure out exactly where we think we should place it on what fields, for what reason, different hybrid tests, all kinds of stuff. Then we put a plan together, and then by the time spring gets here and we get in the planter and the weather's nice, we just go on full bore, wide open, high speed, no grease, and we don't follow the plan at all. But hey, we tried. Well, there's one of the downfalls to having the doors on the non-gable end of the building. You get all your snow that slides off the roof and piles up in front of the doors. And then sometimes you have a heck of a time cleaning that up. Well, that's it for today. I've just got a couple other things to do for the day, but that's enough snow moved for now. I need some new boots. These things are not that old, but they've been around the block a few times. So I need new boots before we start spring work in about 6 weeks here. It'd be really, really cool if there was a Minnesota company who made some really good work boots that wanted to work with the Millennial Farmer and get me hooked up with some really good boots. Just a thought, just putting it out there. If you guys have not done so already, you need to go check out Harmless Farmer on YouTube. Andy Detweiler, I believe that's how you say his name. That is a guy that is working hard. That is a guy that is working hard, not complaining about his position in life. He's out there getting it done, clearly loves farming. Check him out, Harmless Farmer, impressive guy. I shoveled this yesterday. So this is something we don't have to worry about every year, but with the amount of snow that's been on this roof for the last several weeks, what happens is the snow melts from the top, comes down underneath the snow that's there, and builds up these ice heaves at the bottom of your roof. What happens then is the snow up at the top melts down, gets into that ice and can't get out. It'll back up and end up going under your shingles or however it wants to get up into the inside of your house. So what you got to do is take this extended roof rake thingy here and pry this snow down so that it can open it up, and the sun, hopefully if it ever comes out again, will get to that ice, melt that ice out of the way, and you won't destroy your house by water damage. There is literally 5 feet of snow on that back roof there, and if you look right there, you can see that ice building up on the edge. That is not a good thing. The great thing about this is that you get to stand in 2 feet deep of snow while you're doing it. That way it all melts down into your socks. An extended roof rake is a very difficult tool to operate with one hand.